I'm Chief Meteorologist Sorensen. Sunshine out there figures as we head into a Monday. The battleground for heavy showers and thunderstorms still remaining to our south. Severe thunderstorm capable of a tornado 2 miles northwest of Marengo. So let's kind of look at the climatology of this cold weather here that's moving in. We build a ridge to the east, and that puts us in a more favorable spot for severe weather. We're forecasting perhaps more than 12 inches. It only takes 11.4 to get us into the top 10. I want to go to the radar picture here first because we still have flash flood warning. Pretty late in the season to have a frost advisory. That's what we're talking about tonight as cold temperatures will work here into the state line area. Coming up tonight on 13 News 10 at 10, we'll talk about the climatology of frost advisories and whether or not this will likely be our last one. Look at future tracks overnight low temperatures down to 34 degrees for Beloit and Rockford, 35 in Rochelle. So frost and or freeze conditions, the freeze will be held up to the north. And that means if you've got sensitive plants, you need to cover them. I mean, don't just go and yell at them, stay warm tonight. They're sensitive plants. You got to cover them up with a light little blanket. Then they'll stay warm. Temperatures out. I know, I'm glad I'm not a comedian. 59 degrees now in Freeport. Gorgeous evening, however, with a lack of moisture in the atmosphere. That means our temperatures are going to fall quickly. After a 60 right now, down to 34 here in the city. So frost fairly likely even in the city limits. Tomorrow, a gorgeous day, much like what we had today. Temperatures will top out right around that 62-degree mark. Take a look. Project Tornado continues. We're entering our last week where we go out to all countless schools across the region and teach the kids about the importance of severe weather safety. Today, Cindy Calbaum was at Whitehead Elementary, brings our total to 5,443 students that have completed our course. We may just get over 6,000 before the week is done. Satellite and the radar shows glorious clear skies, high pressure out there tonight. However, this would normally be what we're talking about. However, we look out here to the east, this low pressure moving the wrong direction. As this thing backs up with a lack of jet stream, we're going to talk about clouds that are on the increase as early as Wednesday. And I do believe we could have 1 or 2 showers in the mix as early as Wednesday night. So the midweek time frame a little cloudier. However, after this thing moves on, our temperatures will go up. Our 7-day outlook shows 62 degrees for tomorrow. Little cooler with a shower in spots on Wednesday, 58 degrees, 64 with clouds come back on Thursday. This is that low pressure. It's just dying out Thursday and Friday. As we look to the weekend, I know what you're saying. Eric, we just dealt with the cloudy, cool weekend.
I just told that to Danny just like 2 seconds ago.
Said that.
He said, you know what? We just dealt with this cloudy, cool weekend.
But
It's going to be warm.
78, 80 degrees. Yeah. And I'm going to promise you here, Saturday and Sunday, not all day rains, just a couple of thunderstorms. You know the mix. As we get into the heat, humidity, we'll pop a thunderstorm in the afternoon. You bring the picnic inside, a half hour later, you can take it back outside.
Whenever we talk about those isolated storms, it seems like most of the weekend is just fine.
Yeah, I think we're going to be all right.
All right, we look forward to it. Thanks
so much, Eric.
A couple of new predictions out today set the stage for summer.
Here's the very latest now on an active tornado warning for McHenry County. This goes until 5:30. The good news is it's leaving our jurisdiction here as it's heading through Woodstock, 6 minutes, Hebron, 13 minutes, Wonder Lake, 20, and eventually getting across the border. It does appear that the Weather Service is going to issue this for Walworth County and Kenosha County as it heads in that direction as well. So we'll continue to monitor this. I'm going to go a little bit up close and personal right into the storm here, and you can see where the rotation, it got a little broader since we talked last, right in there. So it's headed right toward the north end of Woodstock. However, it's continuing to move off toward the northeast pretty rapidly. So heading out of the Marengo area through Woodstock and eventually getting up toward Lake Geneva. I'm going to back up just a little bit. You're saying to yourself, all right, if we've got one tornado warning, do we have anything else? Well, you can kind of see there is one little shower right in here that is developing to the south of Belvedere. So we could see a couple more showers pop up here into the evening hours. However, I'm not anticipating any widespread severe. That right there is the only game in town. So you can see even some large hail being picked up by our hail detection system. And as we track this off to the northeast here with time, notice our future track computer model not developing anymore. The thing everybody wants to know is how this snow and this storm will impact you. Light snow continues through the morning hours. Roads It's already snow covered in many locations. The city crews have been out all evening long. Drifting is occurring now in rural areas, but this is very, very minuscule compared to what we're going to see this time tomorrow night. Only 2 to 4 inches, so that keeps the timeline here through the morning commute tolerable, but notice after 6 p.m. it gets worse, and that's when we expect a high impact on this with heavy snow and blizzard conditions. Greater than 12 inches, certainly possible. We'll give you the snowfall forecast map in just a minute. I want to point this out because we're forecasting perhaps more than 12 inches. It only takes 11.4 to get us into the top 10. We've seen 1.6 inches of snowfall here at the WREX studios. If we go over 16.3, that's the greatest snowfall accumulation we've ever seen out of one storm. And notice our forecast here is 12 to 18 inches, so certainly possible. I want to show you the raw model output. Now, this is one of the things that we look at when we're forecasting snowfall. And you can see here's the timeline, here's what we're going to see tonight, and then here's how it really ramps up. There's different models. One, the lowest model gives us about 7 inches of snowfall. The highest model, which I'm discounting, gives us 19.2 inches here in the city of Rockford. And then you can see how it compacts because snow does that once it accumulates. So this is our range, and in all likelihood, this is what we're going to see. This is the National Weather Service forecast, which they're forecasting about 11 inches. We'll go a little bit more just to be on the safe side. Here's what we've got going on right now. The heavy accumulating snow moving off to the northeast. We're going to get a little bit of a break out here to the southwest, but may only last 8-9 hours or so. We expect more for tomorrow. Really developing right overhead and pushing off into south central Wisconsin, where residents of Madison and Milwaukee have already seen 3-4 inches. So the blizzard warning in effect for us, this goes for tomorrow, not necessarily tonight. A lot of places seeing snowfall, cold enough, and look how close you have to get to clear skies. Prairie du Chien now clear in 20. Visibility tells us how heavy the snow is coming down. When I show you this tomorrow at 10 o'clock, they're all going to be zeros, as we're expecting visibilities that bad. 21 tonight, tolerable for tonight, with 2 to 4 inches tomorrow. Not much movement in the temperatures, only a couple of degrees with the snow. After 6 p.m., that's when it gets worse, and tomorrow night, whiteout conditions. We're planning on being here all night long through the day on Wednesday, so we'll have you covered on this. Winter warnings, 37 states affected. The bright reds indicating the blizzard warnings, winter storm warnings, and even severe weather, severe storm now in southwest Texas. But what's important to look at, 37 states. Alaska, there is no winter weather warning at all anywhere in the state of Alaska. This is the only game in town tonight. Heavy snowfall here by 10 p.m. tomorrow, and that will lift off to the northeast. There will be lake enhancement, but it's going to be towards Chicago, not necessarily for us. So we'll kind of keep things the same. From 5 and 6 o'clock, we showed you a 12 to 20 inch. This is going to be the 12 line. This is the 20 inch line. So you see 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 inches for DeKalb, and higher amounts to the southeast. Lesser amounts still 6 to 12 inches with 40-mile-an-hour winds. It's all going to blow around and almost be impossible to get out in a car, even four-wheel drive. When we have drifts that are expected to be 3 to 4 feet Wednesday morning, it's going to be tough travel for anybody unless you're on a snowmobile. 26 degrees for tomorrow. Heavy snow picks up into the evening hours for Wednesday morning. Blizzard conditions are likely. We'll see the temperatures fall off considerably, 7 below Wednesday night. Have not talked about it, but wind chills could get down to 25 below zero Wednesday night. Brutally cold, but at least it's February. We see the light at the end of the tunnel. A 30-degree high temperature on Sunday. Unfortunately, comes with another round of light snow. So we'll get through what's going on tonight. Again, 2 to 4 inches. We'll have a little bit of a break tomorrow afternoon, and this will really ramp up this time tomorrow night.
I think the big piece of the information is if you do not have to go out tomorrow night, don't do it.
Absolutely. Sit in front of your TV. We'll keep you warm.
Or Wednesday morning. Thanks, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. Yep. While hundreds of Americans